Welcome to the Community Coach channel. I'm Carmen, an experienced community manager, and I've become pretty obsessed with NFTs lately. I'm in a lot of NFT discords, and to be honest, some are better than others when it comes to welcoming new members into their community. I wanted to take a look at some examples where NFT communities onboard their members really well, and some key takeaways for those who are managing their own communities, whether that be an NFT project or otherwise. Onboarding community members is like walking into a party. You have to set the vibes straight up. What's the invitation look like? What happens when you walk through the door to the party? Do you know where the drinks are at? What music's playing? Are members having fun? Are they meeting each other? Or do they feel kind of lonely and not really sure where to go, where to find the information that they need? Where's the drinks? It's really important that you onboard new members the right way because it sets their expectations and truly ensure whether they will be an engaged member of your community moving forward, or will they just leave the party because nobody's paying attention to them, or they just don't really know whether this party's the place to be. When new members join your NFT community, what is the experience like for them? For me, when I think about the ultimate onboarding experience, it comes down to three major factors. The first is great access to important information. How are your members finding out about information that's really important to them, such as what is the NFT project all about? What is the mission, goals, and roadmap? What about the price? Where would they find the most important information about the future of the project? All right, let's talk about Axie Infinity. This is the welcome message that I received once I joined their Discord server. They have 500,000 members in their Discord server, so they have to be super on top of things. Obviously, there's a lot of moderators and admins in that group, but the welcoming experience and the onboarding experience when you join the group has to be optimal as well. You can see here that they have created a Me6 bot, and that bot welcomes me as a new member to the Axie Discord. They have shared their FAQs and white paper, and these are both very comprehensive. So it really helps me with getting started, understanding more about the project, understanding more about the community and the main mission, goals, and how I can get started. They also make sure that I know that I will never get a message from the team around a giveaway or sharing my password or private key. That's because there's a lot of scammers out there and you've got to protect your members. So make sure you keep that in mind. Let's take a quick look at the FAQs and white paper. All right, here's the FAQs. So look, they cover the basics. What is Axie Infinity? How do I get started? How do I get an Axie? I need help. Where do I go? That's really important. They also include a lot of information around the gameplay. It's quite a comprehensive game, so there's a lot for them to cover. I love this section on community and vision as well. Where can I interact with and meet other community members? And how can I contribute? So it gives me ideas as a member as to how I can get started and connect with others in the community. And that's really a very important takeaway for a lot of us that are building communities. I also love this section on what's so special about Axie Infinity. It gives members a real reason to connect with the project. I love this section because it's really tapping into the emotional state of your members. They share their beliefs, their values. Highly recommend you do the same, whether you're running an NFT community or not. And here's their white paper. So again, a lot of information is shared here. It really helps new members just get up to speed with what is Axie Infinity, more information about the game, more information about the community and how they can get started. All the information is there. It's clearly organized as well. You've got this menu and it's just very simple to use. Obviously, Axie Infinity is a large platform, so you may be wondering, how do I do this for my smaller community? There are plenty of online free resources. You can use tools like Notion, for instance, which is free, or even Google Docs, etc. Just make sure that the information is really clearly organized and that you're including all the most important information that new members will need. Another really great NFT community that does onboarding well is the Wannabes Music Club. You can see as soon as I've entered the group, there is this whole section on intro. And it could be a lot to some people. I'm more about fewer channels than more. But having said that, what I really love is when you go through these channels, you really do get a very good sense of the project, the people behind the project, their vision, their goals. They really take you on the journey and help you understand more about the project. Here you can see in the About section, they've listed more information around the club, more information around the roadmap. There's some more vision, and using imagery is really powerful. I can imagine the future of this music club thanks to the visuals that they've created. Branding's really important when it comes to NFT projects, and there's a lot more supply coming out now. So how are you different? How are you going to excite new members to get involved and to straight away want to post to the channels, connect with other members? The other channel I really love is the WBMC Journey, which is the Wannabes Music Club Journey channel. I just love that they're taking people through the journey of building this NFT project. The more transparency you have, the better with your community. That goes for NFT communities as well as many other different types of communities. In fact, I would say all communities really do benefit from transparency. And yeah, you can see that they've gone through what's happened in the past 7 days. For instance, this is really giving a lot of feedback and updates to the club. This channel really elaborates a lot more compared to the announcements channel, which will keep things more concise, to the point, just for people that really need to know the details that matter. But this channel gives more of the story. I would say that they probably need to clean up their channels a bit. It's quite extensive. I would argue that the WBMC vision belongs in the intro, and I would probably put it under the About section. No community is perfect. You're constantly going to be updating, improving. There may be channels that should exist, yesterday, but today is a different day and it should be archived, for instance. So keep that in mind. But generally speaking, from an onboarding perspective, they have some really, really great channels that help get members up to speed and get excited about the vision. The second factor is, does your community provide decent support, especially for new members that may have a lot more questions than somebody that's more familiar with the project? Where would they go if they have questions and need help? And who would they reach out to? Are their questions being answered in a timely manner? All right, let's check out Galaxy Fight Club. They're a really cool NFT project that has recently launched. And I really like how in their rules channel, they include this wording at the bottom here. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Ask away in our questions channel. So first up, they're giving all the members permission to ask the stupidest questions. It's absolutely fine. This is a safe space. And then if you go to the questions channel, which is clearly labeled here under the main channels, you can see that questions here are being asked, and it's a pretty engaged channel because people feel safe enough they're asking stupid questions maybe. I like the fact that they've created this section just for questions. There are several other NFT communities that do this. It's a really great practice. Now let's look at VeeFriends. They also have some wording at the bottom of their rules channel. If you have any questions, please message me or any admins or mods. We're happy to support. Personally, I like the way that Galaxy Fight Club has done it, where they've created a questions channel, because then it's a public channel where other members can view the questions that are being asked. Potentially they may have the same questions, so it's just a really great way to get questions answered in a timely manner. But generally speaking, having some sort of call out for members to reach out to the team is great. And lastly, let's look at World of Women. So in their FAQ, they've actually included a question, I want to help, what can I do? This isn't necessarily a call out where if you have a question about the project, you would reach out. It's more about how do I further the mission and the project itself. But I wanted to call it out because I actually love it. I think that more NFT projects should include this. How can members feel empowered to help more? And the third factor is offer the ability to connect with other community members and engage with the community. So what are one or two things that you are doing to encourage a new member to get more involved with the community? Instead of just reading through the posts in the Discord server, what will encourage them to interact more? This could be introducing themselves to other members in the channel, which is nice and easy to start, participating in giveaways, updating their profile picture. All right, to be honest, I really struggled to limit this to 3 NFT communities because I think there are so many that do a really, really great job of connecting with their members and engaging them. But I've chosen 3 that I think are really interesting. First up is AlphaBetty Doodles. AlphaBetty Doodles is a vibrant character for a children's book to help them go through the alphabet. It was brought into the NFT world to actually educate young people about blockchain technology. So super cool project here. But what I really love is the fan fiction channel where members actually post little pictures of the AlphaBetty characters and create stories around them. So it's really cool to see this. This is a new channel, but it's already really fun to see the submissions. And the other channel that I love is Bedtime Stories, where every day they release a bedtime story, and people have actually started to tweet about how lovely these stories are and that they enjoy reading them every day. So it just gets members back into the group. It's a very unique spin. It ties in with their branding. So yeah, I really love this channel. Now let's look at Cool Cats. Cool Cats has a drawing competition channel, and look at these submissions. They're absolutely incredible. They have very unique styles, all these different members, but it's really fun. You can see that people enjoy coming to this channel to see the different submissions. And I think what's great is that the NFT community is, generally speaking, really creative, or they appreciate creativity. So tapping into your members' motivations, whether you run an NFT community or a different type of community, whatever that community is, think about what gets these members really excited, what motivates them. Tap into their emotion. Here in the NFT community, they're tapping into the creativity aspect and those that love to create, as well as those that love to empower creators. They also have a fan art channel, which is quite common in the NFT community space. I see a lot of fan art channels. Lastly, World of Women. Again, I have to highlight this community because they just keep coming up with really creative ways to engage their members. Recently, they hosted an emoji contest for their members to come up with the best emoji using the women. It was really, really fun. You can see that people are really engaged and love the submissions here. And before that, they'd previously hosted a celebrity lookalike competition, which again, had a lot of engagement and excitement in the group. You can think outside the box, get creative with the ideas around how to engage your members. There's a lot of great ideas in these NFT communities, so hop on into them and I'm sure you're going to get inspired. Lastly, I want to mention that NFT communities that are mostly set up on Discord have a huge advantage over many other community platforms, and that is that you can create bots to help welcome new community members into the group. You set up this bot once, and every new member who joins the group can get a welcome message. I would highly recommend putting a lot of thought into this welcome message. Go crazy if you can, adding your brand, adding some really fun messaging, make sure the tone of voice is on point. Just think of this like you've just opened the door to a party, and what's the vibe like inside? This is how important your welcome message is. All right, you've made it to the end. I'm really proud of you. Just to sum things up, when it comes to onboarding new members into your community, make sure that there is easy access to relevant information that they need. Provide them with the support via channels and the appropriate contacts, such as your admins and mods, and give them plenty of opportunities to connect and engage. And don't forget those bots, especially if you're dealing with fast-growing communities. This is most applicable in the NFT space where bots are really needed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful to you. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.